Messeret Humanitarian Organization, MHO, is an initiative to reduce vulnerability among children and women in Ethiopia. It was established as a humanitarian organization in July of 2011 with the registration certificate number 2455. MHO envisions seeing all Ethiopian women and children inspired to prosperity. To realize its vision, it has a mission statement which is empowering and changing the personal, social, and economic status of all women and children of Ethiopia who live under poverty by giving the opportunities and support which leads to development. MHO especially focuses on environmental protection, economically empowering needy women, educational, health, and counseling support to targeted orphan and vulnerable children, OVCs, so as to improve their livelihood. These days, the issue of climate change is of global concern, which has gotten the attention of world leaders, international organizations, and community members at different levels throughout the world. As a result of climate changes in the world, different impacts have become a reality. Flooding, global warming, deforestation, land degradation, and carbon emissions are some of the consequences that our world is currently facing. In order to tackle the challenges at the global level, most of world leaders have signed the Paris Agreement on climate change to express their commitment to alleviate the challenges sustainably. The effects of climate change are much more prevalent in less developing countries, especially in Africa, because they are the least carbon gas emitters to our atmosphere, but still face most of the challenges due to their low economic conditions, lack of scientific knowledge, and skills to reduce the climate change-related problems. The major environmental problems in Ethiopia include climate change, land degradation, overgrazing and deforestation, indoor air pollution, and water pollution. Other important environmental problems include loss of biodiversity and ecosystem services, spread of invasive alien species, urban outdoor air pollution, mainly in Addis Ababa, and toxic household wastes. Continued climate change is expected to bring greater variability and extreme weather events, which will further drive degradation of the country's ecosystems. The impact of climate change in Ethiopia is already apparent in the increasing temperature and declining rainfall, particularly in the northern parts, which are exceptionally vulnerable to drought. Agriculture is the source of livelihood to an overwhelming majority of the Ethiopian population. It employs more than 80% of the labor force and is the basis of the national economy. A decrease in seasonal rainfall has devastating implications on agricultural production, leading to food insecurity, malnutrition, and famine. Impacts of increased climate variability and change include increased food insecurity, outbreaks of diseases such as malaria, dengue fever, and waterborne diseases such as cholera and dysentery due to floods, and respiratory diseases associated with drought. Heavy rainfalls, which tend to accelerate land degradation and damage to communication infrastructure. Messeret Humanitarian Organization, MHO, has been implementing an ongoing project entitled Build Climate Change Resilient Economic Capacity and Environmental Protection Role of Ethiopian Women through Integrated Approaches project in Konso Zone, Southern Ethiopia, which is funded by Sweden International Development Agency, SIDA, channeled through a consortium called the Union of Ethiopian Women Charitable Associations, UCA, with technical support from Farm Africa. The main objective of the project is to contribute toward Ethiopia's Climate Resilient Green Economy, CRGE, and Growth and Transformation Plan, GTP2, implementation by focusing on climate resilient economic empowerment of women and vulnerable groups and enhancing their roles in climate change adaptation and mitigation in Konso, southern Ethiopia. Konso Zone is located in the south of Ethiopia, situated at about 595 kilometers southwest of Addis Ababa and 365 kilometers from the regional capital, Hawassa. Konso people live in the southwestern highlands of Ethiopia, having to survive in a harsh environment, in a terrain characterized by steep slopes and soils highly susceptible to erosion. Konso is characterized by rugged and stony highlands cut by deep valleys. Temperatures are not extreme and vary from 15 to 33 degrees centigrade. But the area is situated in a dry belt with very unreliable rainfall. Besides, the increase in population growth and settlements are among the main challenges in competing food insecurity and poverty in the Konso zone. According to the information from Zonal Agricultural Office, the majority of the Kebeles and population in the zone are under a safety net program. These challenges of climate change impacts at the national level and, especially at project level, have initiated the design and implementation of the project in Konso Zone, southern Ethiopia. As a result of implementing the project, major achievements were scored that include raising awareness level of 13,299 people, 7,546 female, 5,753 male, drawn from influential religious and community leaders, government stakeholders, CBOs, CSOs on climate change and its impacts, as well as women economic empowerment. 10 village-level women discussion groups with a total of 250 members have been organized that conduct continuous discussions twice in a month, regularly, on environmental protection and sanitation. 81 hectares of degraded land has been secured from the local administration for afforestation activity. Accordingly, 42,650 locally adaptable seedlings have been planted by students, community members, and stakeholders. One seed bulking center has been constructed and has started its function. One existing nursery upgraded and become operational. 3 farmers training centers, FTCs, have been supported to demonstrate and train farmers. Local mass media and 3 school mini-media have been supported to broadcast climate change adaptation and mitigation education. Low-cost biogas plants installation has been undertaken, and also energy-saving stoves produced, distributed, and become available for use. Area closure activities have been undertaken for enhanced natural regeneration and production of biomass. Vegetable and other varieties produced and utilized for household consumption and market. Market aggregation center constructed and become available for use. MHO will further strengthen its continuous effort to contribute towards the national level action plan and strategies to practically realize the climate resilient green economy, and also would like to express its appreciation and best gratitude for all organizations, including donors, partners, and stakeholders, for their great contribution to the effort exerted by MHO to score better results in terms of reducing impact of climate change through its interventions. Together we can change many lives.